I just want to take this time to congratulate all the wonderful students, college students, high school students. I just want to be able to take this time to say congratulations. Congratulations on graduating. It's so hard. It's a hard fought journey, and getting ready to those diplomas and being able to walk across the stage, just one of those best feelings that you're able to overcome the milestones that you were going through, that you were dealing with, and now you're able to embark on a new portion of your life that it's going to be so much to look forward to, and it's everything that you're going to be able to make it become. A lot of times, the importance of having a positive mindset for excellence, it's definitely a challenge, but being able to do that in a class, it's just all that rewarding. Being successful, you need to always like know what you're following as far as the rules, regulations, and things like that. Listening is more important than talking. you know so being able to listen and seeing the things that you're able to do as far as the person that you want to be, is good to hear things, and just letting other people uh, speak, having that open mind, and seeing what others people are able to teach you, and being able to see something from their point of view, and you're like, that is interesting. But the importance is like being able to have like self improvement, balancing your social life and your studies. It's a lot easier said than done, but a lot of times you got to understand that sometimes that balance, one is going to outweigh the other, and it's going to take you to try to keep that on a balance and weight, to where you're like, oh, well, maybe if I stop doing this a little bit and focusing on this a little more, then maybe I can try to balance it out. But sometimes having both can also help your mental, having a social life and also focusing on your studies goes hand in hand. Because if you do one more than the other, it's one of those things where it's like, uh, it's a part of you that you're leaving behind, and letting another one being able to see something in a way that it could be very, very barren. It could be very, very hard to keep that at a neutral balance that you want it to be. Because that's what you kind of want. You want it to be at a neutral balance. You don't want one to weigh more than the other. Having a social life is great, but if it takes away from your studies, then basically you're not really learning. You're not really focusing. And that was my issue. I was dealing with more of a social life than I was with my studies. When I had my accident, I was able to like do more than the other studies, but in a way it kind of balanced it out, because my social life was up there, and when I focused on my studies, my it was able to balance, but it was able to get more, to where I was able to complete the goals and complete the work that I was able to complete. You know, how to turn something into a positive when it's so much negative in the world. It's just a hard thing for a lot of people to deal with. But the important thing is that you don't let it stop you, or you don't let anything stop you from being the person that you want to be. A lot of times, I always say it's okay to make mistakes. It's always okay to see what's going on in your environment, how to keep your home life and your social life similar, but also at the same time, you don't want it to intertwine to where um, you are basically struggling to take care of yourself. Now, I know about the reading portion of it. Me personally, I love audiobooks. I love to read. I like um, having it be read to me, but then me trying to figure out how to read it. Think about what I read, and then trying to go on to the next portion of reading to where I'm still focusing on the other portion that I just read. So it's definitely a challenge. It's harder than it looks, and for me, I just try to focus on reading like a paragraph, and then maybe taking a little break down what I just read before I go to another paragraph, and have the important pieces in my mind so that I won't just be focusing on every single little detail, because I feel like with me personally, I'm not going to remember every single detail that I've read. So I just try to get out the main big pieces and focus on them and have that in my mind when I go on to the next paragraph. So when you're honest with yourself, not only do you build trust with the people around you, but if you're honest to yourself, you're trusting yourself and things like that, it can go so far, you know? Being able to stay curious, but also be courageous and have a lot of courage, it also goes a long way too. A long way that you never really thought was even possible. But how you can be kind to others who aren't kind to you, that's probably one of the biggest things. Definitely one of the biggest things that we all try to work on, because it's like you do like an eye for an eye, or you want to try to find a way to get even with the person that was treating you so badly, like dog walk, and you didn't even know what to think about this person. Now that the shoe's on the other foot, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna be no better than him or her? Or do you want to take a bigger step, go higher, be the better person, and show that the best revenge comes when you're able to show your kindness to the person that was able to do you wrong? Now, sometimes it's hard. Even I have to practice what I preach. Because, sometimes you have those bullies, those people that want to come for you, and it's only right that you defend yourself. It's only right for you to, don't let them pretty much punk you. Sometimes we're not like Jesus, not able to turn the other cheek. Anything, they hit you on one cheek, you want to hit them with another on their cheek, you know? It's tough, it's hard, but sometimes we just gotta focus on listening to ourselves and how we are able to handle those situations. It's easier said than done, but as time goes on, we're all gonna figure it out. Or, bottom line is, people are not able to figure it out at all. That's when you really gotta sit down and ask yourself, like, what's next for me? Do some meditation. Pray during those situations. What am I able to do? How can I get this person to leave me alone? You know, it's hard, but it's not impossible. So there's so much power in trying your best. You know, how to stand up for what's right. You know, there's so much importance of helping others. You know, doing two things together makes everything a little easier than you doing it by yourself. You just got to find the right set of people to help you to do things that you're able to do together instead of them taking you down with them and having everything fall apart. So there's always value in listening to things and people before you speak. You know, everything and everyone has something to teach you, you know. Being able to learn so much. Being able to learn so much and being able to learn it to the best of your ability is the most amazing thing that you could ever do. You know, building trust, being completely honest with yourself, showing that no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay because not only am I trusting this person, but I have enough in me to where they can trust me also. And it's good to have a good connection, you know, to be able to find someone whose journeys are on the same path as yours. But a lot of times they can only walk with you for so long before they end up going on a different path than you are. But you're thankful for that time that they spent on that path, even if it was for a second, you know? That's why I say people always come into your life for two reasons. They either come in for a blessing or they come in for a lesson. So they either are lessons or they're blessings. The blessings are the people who are with you for the long haul, and you're blessed to have them be a part of your life for as long as they possibly can, you know. If you happen to be friends and share a bond with these people, even 20, 30, 40, 50 years later, doesn't get any better than that. So, and also, just have a positive attitude. Keep on being positive. Keep on being great, you know. Even when you have a brave face, but you know that you're scared. Just want you to keep having that brave face, and don't let anything or anyone see you or show that you're not able to accomplish what you want to accomplish so that they can tear you down. And even if they tear you down, you're strong enough to lift yourself back up. So